Yo, what up? Castle, James, with the subs right off the bat. Because you're running out of things to watch. Have you seen... I just want to say these nuts and like... No. Have I seen anything good lately? No, I can't say I have, Castle. I haven't. Like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, it was good. New Batman movies on HBO. It was pretty good. Isn't like freaking Barack Obama narrating like a national parks thing? Have you seen the thing about eye ladies? No, I haven't. Also, James, is the server down right now? Yeah, it seems to be offline. I was just looking up new server hosts and like man, it is a nightmare to find reliable hosts, or rephrase, reliable information, because like everything is just like freaking clickbait bullshit. Like there's no information out there. And like everybody's got their server sponsor, so everybody is contributing to this misinformation. Virtual gladiators. Okay. Yeah, freaking, I'm just mega annoyed because as you start to look for like good hosts using a variety of keywords like high CPU and whatever, it just comes back with garbage because everybody's just trying to make their quick buck. And it's so hard to get, like, good, reliable information about it. And, like, with the server that we've been using was, I would argue, good up until 1.18. And 1.18 has just put so much pressure on CPUs now that, like, server hosting is becoming a problem. And like that's where I'm stuck, like I don't know, I might also put in with our server host, because I can very quickly and easily get a human being, and I'm gonna be like, look, our server is crashing all the freaking time because of high CPU usage, because Minecraft has fundamentally changed, and you haven't updated your servers to reflect that. And it's like, if that's not something you're willing to do, then like, fine, but we're leaving. I mean, the service that I'm using now isn't very user-friendly. It's not very easy to navigate either. So, like, that's not my concern. See, and like, here's the concern. Like, servers are just measuring by RAM usage still. And it's like, that's no longer the end-all be-all for what is a Minecraft server. You know what I mean? Like, you need a powerful CPU now. And that's what we're struggling with here on our current server, is every time that, because the worlds are so big now, you know, from floor to height. You know, we can pop this over to Minecraft. Because worlds are so big now, from like the negative, what is it, 80? Negative 70 to like 256. That's just so much on a processor, and like that's where I'm bottlenecked on my personal computers. My CPU is just capped out all the time. And so if I look at like our events log in the NimsTV fan server thing, the patron server, it's just like crash because of a high CPU usage, crash because of high CPU usage. Like, I have no idea what to do about that. Hey, look at this. It's actually... Hey, James. Do you see in the events log that it's actually saying we're having a high memory usage issue? Well, there's also high CPU crashes. Is both true? Here's what I'm looking at. Yeah, hopefully there's no sensitive information. There wouldn't be any sensitive information about users. But there would be, yeah, there's nothing in here. This is fine. I don't care. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at. And you can see here that we had a 5 GB memory, and it's a 4 gig server, I think. Yeah, it's a 4 gig server. And so, like, looking at that virtual gladiators that you sent, or suggested. See if we do game servers, Minecraft Java. Presumably we want premium, right? But like, I don't know. Out of curiosity, does budget give us more space? No, okay, that's fine. So like, we went premium, right? And see, for basically, so it's $20 a month for 4 gig. I could get up to 6 gig for 23 a month. For 30 a month, 8 gig. So, like, I'm curious if I went back to my host. Is that comparable? I'm looking. I'm looking. VM of Minecraft. Okay. See, so this isn't a particularly great experience either. Say here, and see, so we could get... So this is a little bit more cost effective. 8 gigs for $30 versus 8 gigs for $38. But like, I don't think that this comes, either of these things come with, like, more CPU usage, right? Okay, that's fine. Iron Golem server, 6 gigs, 23 a month. Okay. They are a little bit more cost effective. I'll totally see that. But there's no, like... See, this one has an option for $10 more to get higher CPU priority. But all this is it doesn't, like, increase your... So, like, whenever I come in here to see why the server has crashed, it's a 4 gig server, and so when we hit 5 gigs, it goes, nope, crash. So, 5 gig, 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 5... Oh, wait, so 5. And then this one's a 225% CPU usage, so we're using way too much CPU here. So, like... Yeah, this is just dated now. I'm shopping servers a little bit. I mean, I could just throw, the problem is, as I test this, like, basically everybody has to, it's just gonna be testing for a while, right? I don't want to interrupt anyone's gameplay, but I guess if the server is crashing, that's interrupting gameplay, damn it. So, damned if we do, damned if we don't. You want to be able to join the server soon? Maybe wait until the server is working? Yeah, it's just 1.18. It's okay whenever you're just on foot, right? That's fine. Everything works as you would expect, mostly, when you're on foot. But whenever you can fly and you are just loading massive areas, due to the new 1.18 world generation, the server can't keep up. Server just can't keep up. So like, Elytra Flight in 1.18 has crashed multiple servers you have hosted for people. Yeah, dude, it's rough out here. And so like with Retro saying that he has the Iron Golem server, which let me go back. Okay, yeah. So you've got this one. How many players do you have on it at a time? And what if they are all flying at roughly the same point? When you're by yourself, you can fly great. 3 people and anyone flying. You have had 4 or 5 on at once. Okay. With flying? With Elytra flying? Yeah, I haven't had any crashes. Oh shit, that's good enough for me. Okay, well, looks like this is a scary amount for me, because I don't know, I get real spooked with like monthly subscriptions. And that feels like a lot. If it makes the server better. I wonder if I could contact them and ask them to set up like a, say, a 3-day trial server. Yeah. Okay. And don't worry about losing your progress on the current server, by the way. I'll just download the world file and upload it to this new world. It's not that. I actually just preempted that question, Clawley. No, we will not restart the world. We will just pull the world file and re-upload it to the new world. And that's I'm gonna save that. And we'll just move the world onto that. Onto whoever is the new host. And, yeah, what's the worst that they happen is they say no. Exactly. Like, if I'm a potential customer, and I am potentially telling them that I have, like... Right, I represent, like, $400 a year to them, right? $360 a year. I think that they could spend the 20 minutes to set up a trial server for me, right? Plus advertising? I don't advertise. I don't do that. So no advertising, but still, your point does kind of stand. And I even use a host redirect, so I don't even have their URL in my server file. Like, whenever I connect, it goes to play.nimstv.com, which I own that domain, obviously. And then I redirect this domain to connect to the whatchamacallit. So they wouldn't even have their domain name to serve as advertising. But like, shit, if they want to give me money, I'm not gonna say no to money. Is there a referral link, Retro? That way maybe you could get $1. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Do they have a contact? Client support? Support ticket. Okay, well. I have to make an account. Just because I'm curious. I want to know what their limited disk space is. Well, it only saves $6. I would just spend $6 to just not have to worry about it. 3-day money-back guarantee? Maybe we just ride that out? Yeah, I mean, it'll probably happen within a day or two. Shoot, I'd be willing to... Honest... I can't do it on stream, right? Because I'm going to be dealing with, like, really sensitive IP addresses, you know, billing information. I just can't do it on stream. But, like, I do it right now, but that means no stream today. You know, only 3 days? I mean, that's enough time to test it out, to feel how good it is. And then if we didn't like it, we just go, no, give me money back, please. And then we go with the next host. Yeah, I just want to know. I want to know what the difference is between their budget plans and their real plans. Because, like... What is premium hardware versus turbocharged premium hardware? We're playing vanilla Minecraft, so this is irrelevant. And it's like, quick support? Hey, as long as it's within, say, 24 hours, I'm not mad about it. Player slots is more limited by... I'm gonna go with the biggest plan possible, and like, good lord, if we ever hit a point where we've got 144 players on at once, like I've got other problems. It's really this limited disk space that is my concern with this. You can make it crash in 3 days, don't worry. Okay, I mean, yeah, we'll just do it. It's fine. Technically, it's a tax deduction, right? And if we like it, then I'll do it yearly, and that saves me, what, 40 bucks a year? Give or take? 37 a year? I mean, well, don't thank me, Quali. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. Like, this is the thing that, like, you are supporting me, and I am trying to be like, hey, thank you for supporting me. I am going to provide you a thing, because I think this is a fun way of doing a thing. And, like, you know, a happy, healthy, safe community is, like, yeah. So, fucking thank you. What's stopping you from just going to a VP's provider and setting it up yourself? I don't know what a VP is. VP provider. Virtual server? Oh, virtual private server. Okay. I mean, that's something else that this company offers, is like virtual machine, and then I could put on, I could do this as well. So I could. I absolutely could. You're right. And that's what, like, I'm good friends with the owner. Well, I shouldn't say the owner, because it's owned by, what's his face? I can't remember who owns CK. Oh my god. It's not Iskall, is it? Is it Exuma? I don't remember. I don't remember who owns this, but I know the guy that actually runs it very well. And I've talked to like his admin team and like all the people that like actually go into making the Cube Crowd server work. And that's what they do. They buy a VM, which is what I would call what you were discussing, a virtual private server, a virtual machine. They rent a VM and then run the server through that. Yeah. I am open to that, but like, you know, that feels like a very 1 to 100 move, which, you know, there's maybe a point to when that would become a relevant decision. But like, right now we have, I think, about 5 or 6 active people on the server. And so we don't need like a $100 a month server. And like, being honest, it's a $15 Patreon tier. So like 5 or 6 people on the server is about, well, what is, I think it's 5 people. 5 times 15 is $75 a month. So like, out of that $75, I need to be able to, one, take a 66% or take a third of it off. Yeah, I have to take a third of it off because taxes. And then I have to take, and then I have to be able to pay for the server out of the third that's remaining. So $75, lose a third is to go down to $50. So then you pay for the server out of the remaining $50. And then, oh wow, look at that. We have 17 gigs used. So yeah, I have to be able to afford the server out of the $50. So doing something like this, that's just the cost of the server right there. And so like, I need to pay myself a little as well. So that's what I'm trying to balance here, is the how do I provide the best quality server that I can inside of budget constraints. And like, honestly, our current host isn't doing it. Yeah. It just keeps, it'll shut itself off, and then it just never turns itself back on, and we have to manually do it. And it looks like it's running into CPU issues and memory issues. Which, like, I don't know if that's like a Java thing, or if it's like the server provider thing, or what. But I kind of want to do this to get the side-by-side, because this is very comparable to what we have now, right? It's the 4 gigs. It's the 4 gigs that we currently have, right? And I just want to see what they would be like side by side. Seems like a provider issue. What I'm kind of expecting is this server hasn't made any updates to their stuff in a long time. Like, we've even gone out of our way to reduce, like, render distance, too, on the server. Like... oh, it went back up. It's back to 10. But yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one for me. So I've got that bookmarked. I will likely set it up. I could set it up right now, and then we could all pile up into Discord, and we could stress test it today. What time do you get off work, James? Not that. You'll be back around 5:30 MST. Okay, so what is that? You're an hour after me? Oh, I have plans tonight, is the problem. Well, let me do a thing real quick. Let me log into my server provider and download the world. So I'll do that right now. Yeah, nobody's online, so I'll do that right now. What is the freaking name of the program that I need in order to access my server files? James, you had me download it forever ago. What was that? Is it WinSCP? Yeah, it is. It is WinSCP. Okay. And I cannot show you this because I am just logging in with, like, direct IPs, so I cannot show you anything. Manager. I'm gonna log in. Here, I'm gonna stop the server. Log in. Okay, so that should save the world. And then once I have that, I should be able to download the world, which will take a few hours because it's a big ass file. We saw that it was like, how big was it? I don't remember. It was massive. Okay, log in. Okay, world. So I just want, I guess I want the whitelist and the world, right? And the world file. I don't need logs, libraries, versions. We can handle that all elsewhere. I just need the, well, I don't even need the whitelist yet. Well, I guess I should just get the whitelist. Okay, hang on. Let me make sure that that downloaded. Desktop. Okay, it did. It was only 2 freaking kilobytes. And then download the world. Okay, yeah, this is gonna take a hot minute. Time left. It's propagating. Can I? I have to do a couple of gigs at like 10 megabytes. Well, it might only take like 10 minutes. This shouldn't be too bad. I'll just let that run in the background. What do we do in the meantime? I clear chunk. Yo, what up, Eric? Ow. Do we have any problematic chunks, or do I just, like, clear chunk and be happy with it? Fly around and look for some problematic chunks real quick. Look how sexy this is. This feels too close. Like, compare how close that is. Like, pay attention to this flight distance. Right? There's the border. That quickly. And now, let's do the same thing in reverse. On this side. Yeah, I'm gonna do it this way, because I know that there's a bunch of trees in the way. I guess it's about the same. Okay, your boy knows how to measure. We're good. Nims, check Discord DM. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you for the DM. I recognize. And, yeah. Yeah, appreciate it. I don't know. Is this problematic? There's stuff in there? I mean, it should be out of range. What about the stuff up in this? And I think we've gotten a lot of this stuff. Like, there's still some things that could potentially spawn there. You know what? I'm overthinking it. Just pick a chunk and clear it, Nims. That might have been a risky ender pearl, not gonna lie. We can do these 3 chunks real quick. F3G? Yeah. Is this 3 chunks or is this just 2 chunks? Ooh, buddy, it's just 2. World file download check. Okay, it's halfway. Well, I'll clear these chunks, we'll make progress in today's stream, and then, honestly, I'll probably take down the stream, set up the new well, I'll take down the stream, I'll get in Discord, and then we'll all get in Discord, I'll set up the server, and then everybody is welcome to log in and stress test it. And we'll upload the world, and it'll be, we can destroy it, you can do whatever you want. We're gonna blow up TNT, we're gonna fly around, we're gonna proper stress test it. And then, after we've destroyed everything and been just good and reckless, then we'll, you know, either decide that we should move hosts, or, and if we move hosts, then we will, re-upload the world and, you know, reset it, and that'll be the new world. And hopefully, because I'll just use my IP redirect, you shouldn't even have to change anything. It'll just go from play.nimstv.com to play.nimstv.com. And if it doesn't work, well, then I'm gonna send an email to my current provider and be like, "Yo, what gives? Why you guys pooping? You're making me want to download Minecraft, blow things up. Hey, everybody's invited." We'll give everybody like infinite rockets and infinite elytra, like elytras with unbreaking 10 or something on them, something ridiculous. And then everybody will just fly, and we'll see, and we'll use that as a baseline. Castle, you're pretty familiar with what's caused the current server to crash. Are you available this afternoon? You're off today? Okay. I definitely can't use an iron golem up here, because once we drop through, I can't risk him landing in a way that could affect the thingy. Happy to break all the things. Okay, so you're confident that like 3 people on the server, 1 of them flying with elytra, that's enough to break the current server. So that'll be our baseline, is we'll just have, you know, 3 people log in and 1 person will elytra fly. Probably Castle will elytra fly, so that way we have, because she's going to be most familiar with what elytra flying feels like on the current server. I'm also just really annoyed with our current provider. When it crashes, it doesn't auto restart, which is really crappy too, because like, you know, this is I'm providing a service effectively. Like, if my service goes offline, that's bad, right? Like, frickin' dog do. It should auto restart. Check world download. Yeah, it looks like I've got it. Okay, I'm gonna log out of this. Yeah, we don't need to do anything. Okay, and now I'm gonna put the world. I'm just gonna move it into my current Minecraft folder. Wait, let me zip it first. Okay, I'm gonna zip it, just so it's effectively a backup, and while it zips, I can clear another chunk. White dog do? Yeah, I'll always white dog do. See, that's the problem with this server, is I don't think that they've updated how they interact with Minecraft since white dog do was a thing. Since white dog poop was the standard. That's what I think that they're still operating on. And like, you know, when Minecraft was early and like that's all they needed, it was a really good server, I would argue. You know, times have changed, bud. It's the year of our Lord and Savior 2022. We've now had like 3 market crashes, like multiple global pandemics, 2 housing crises? Get with the times. My god, this is so many zombie pigmen. You remember SARS? You guys remember bird flu? Remember those fears? Oh, buddy. Yeah? A war? Sheesh. I mean, to be fair, in most instances, crashing like that is a pretty bad thing, and probably putting stress on their system too. I mean, it is. And they say as much inside of their documentation. They say that, okay, I have the world saved now. I'm gonna move it into roaming, and then move it into .minecraft, and then world into saves, and then this is, I should have probably called it Patreon world, but like, it's fine. See if that worked. Oh hey, is it really freaking World Patreon? Is this really it? Hey Castle, roughly, where's your base? Oh yeah, this is definitely it. TP NIMS to 3000. Castle, where's your base? TP 800 negative 1600. You're on a mushroom island? Or are you underground a mushroom island? Somebody's definitely been to this mushroom island. Oh, what is this? This looks like what is this? Zombie piglin something? Guardian farm? This looks like a super simple guardian farm. My goodness. Just cover it with soul sand in a single chunk. Let them jump around until they enter a portal. And then they portal up here. Fall down. Die. Does the player... This has got to be an auto clicker here. Yeah, the player definitely gets, like, into this spot. Wow. And you swipe away. I mean, it looks hella simple. Oh, did I push a button? I reloaded all chunks. Oh, yeah, you can see a guardian. Okay, okay. Reverse the things. Okay, negative 1600, positive 800. Meow. I don't see a base castle. Okay, negative 800. Positive 1600. Okay. Ah, this is somebody's base. Okay, okay. Little rudimentary melon pumpkin farm. Okay. This bothers me. Destroy that cobblestone block in the real world. I'm curious. What did James have problems finding the entrance to your base? That's classic. I love it. I don't need that alarm. I like it with one more row, Castle. I'm just gonna critique the shit out of your base while I'm here. What up, Uskal? Yeah, I mean, so this is the world, right? And so if we were to see, if I go spectator here, and this is a little known trick in Minecraft, if you go into spectator mode and then you mouse wheel up or down, it increases the speed in which you fly. See, so I am flying quite quickly, and now I'm going to mouse wheel down, and I'm not doing anything, right? See, now I'm just inching along. And so you can combine this spectator fly speed with smooth camera, and now you get like a very cinematic built into the, you know, standard Minecraft, right? And see, I'm shifting to lower myself and it's still slow. And see, so you get this like really nice cinematic-y thing. And see, so then I can speed it up by mouse wheeling up. And see, so we'll get in here and then we'll judge Castle, right? This is... Hang on, let's get a good speed. Be like one tick up. All right, Castle, this base, it's too much cobblestone. Is there just you, or is there a lot of stuttering? I mean, there shouldn't be. Let me look on my end. Yeah, no, OBS looks clean. I watch my own stream to make sure that it looks okay, and that looks clean. Yeah, no. Welcome to the slime farm. You next. Where's your coordinates? Where's your coordinates, Retro? I do like this thing though. Whatever this is supposed to be. Let me get out of cinematic camera. Your little bullseye. God, you're such a crazy cat lady. 0 out of 10. Cats are the worst. Dogs are way better. Why you got so many cats, Castle? Nice world map. You're getting ready for a creeper farm? You're a crazy cat lady. That's it. That's the base review. Castle's a crazy cat lady, confirmed. Y'all build so much better bases than me. Holy shit. This all looks pretty good. Where's your villager breeder? What, wait. This is very clearly some sort of villager trading hall that's on. Ah, here it is. This is where you're pooping out. You got a lot of them. Huh? You fixed it. Add Minecraft CSGO and Twitch. Yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds like it would make your computer stutter a little bit. Hey, I like this. What villager breeder are you using? Oh, this looks like a familiar villager breeder. What up, boys? Glad to see that it's working well. Nice slime farm. Standard sugarcane farm. Standard melon pumpkin farm. This is a neat trick that Castle's done here. She has, presumably this is, yeah, carrots and potatoes. Yeah. And she's got one starving villager for both of these farms. I should do this. Castle, I'm gonna copy this. I am going to make my overworld, whatchamacallit, use 1 starving villager instead of 2, and that would, you know, it's 1 fewer entity in the world. Well, like this. Look at that, it's got potatoes, and it's got carrots. Okay, okay. Negative 2,800, negative 300. Oh, look at this. This is a tree farm. Who did you get this tree farm from, Castle? It bothers me that you didn't put this in caps. I put it in caps in the tutorial video, and you didn't put it in caps in your world. That bothers me. You didn't follow the tutorial perfectly. How dare you not follow the tutorial perfectly? Why would you do this, Castle? This is supposed to be in capitals. Why is this not capitalized? I can't. I want it to be huge. That's what she said. It needs to scream axe at you every time, and hand axe. Axe hand. Did you find a skeleton spawner? Holy shit. You did. Look at that. She's got the full thing going. And you got my updated redstone. You took this from the stream world. This is good. You need to do one thing though. It is conceptually possible for something to spawn on this trapdoor, I think. No. I put the button there because I'm a nervous Nancy. This is fine. I would still put a button there, but that's just because I'm a nervous Nancy. But yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. You do have the updated collection system, which is chef's kiss. Very good. Okay. Let's go to retros. And we'll do better reviews of people. Ooh, you've got... Did you know this? Did you know you had this? Yes, you did. You did know you had this. Okay, let's go to retros. Negative 2,800, negative 100, negative 300. James, where's your base as well? Or he's at work. Could you get me his base location? Holy shit, Retro, it's so good! Okay, it's loading. Okay, so when Retro's online, this is making my computer stutter right now. Look at this, 20 FPS. Retro, what you got going on that's so angry? We'll find it. Looks great though. I wonder what these are for. Big grass things like this are usually either like wandering traders or passive mob farms. Oh, it's just a grass farm. Lamau. Okay, what do you got here? This is, oh, a new dripstone farm. Which gives you... Oh, man. Yeah, that just gives you dripstone. That's a lot of hoppers, my man. You could reduce world lag a little bit by replacing every other hopper with a dropper, provided it's not getting redstone. Yeah, okay. Oh, buddy, this is a lot. What is this? Let's see. Oh, this looks like an iron golem farm. Iron golem spawn up here. Yeah. Boom. You got your 3 villagers. You got a zombie. They're freaking out. Presumably, yeah. Iron golem falls. Neat farm. Yeah. Nice. And then hella. What are you filtering? What is making this area just bog down? Is this, am I CPU bottlenecked or am I GPU bottlenecked right now? I am CPU bottlenecked. Okay. Yeah. Let me open resource monitor. I am. You got something here, Retro. That is making my cores unhappy. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a CPU bottleneck. Yeah, found out what crashes the server? I mean, maybe. But like, he shouldn't not have to build like this. That wouldn't be a fair expectation. So, very cool Iron Golem farm. Yeah, very cool. So many. What are, oh, your composter arraying your bone meal down. Or your poppies into bone meal, rather. Do you do anything with that? No. It does kind of weird me out that you built like 15 filters when all you needed was one. But like, sure, this is a way of doing it, I guess. Yeah. So delete Retro's Island from the world, we won't have a problem flying anymore. This would solve a CPU overload issue. I mean, we can see that, honestly. We can see that. I'm getting 20 FPS being in this area, and I can look at my own performance here, and I can see that I am CPU bottlenecked. So whenever we get CPU crashes, yeah. But like, again, I don't think that you should have to not do this. The server should just throttle. It shouldn't crash. Hella villagers. So this is his villager trading hall. It looks nice. What is this? Oh, this is an old school vine farm. The old school view. Old school chicken farm. Oh, is this what's doing it? How many entities we got? 200 odd. Yeah. Yeah. There's what? Maybe... This is the easy way to check for the entities, is you look straight up. There's like 30 chickens there. Yeah, 37 chickens there. That's not that bad. That's not unreasonable. That is not an unreasonable number of chickens. There is, however... something. I think this might be what it is. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kill a bunch of your farm animals here. Okay. Let's okay. It's the chart on the left. Right? No, that's FPS. We want the chart on the right. Well, it's a bit of both, isn't it? Got these items. Okay, step back to roughly the same position. It didn't really change anything. Okay, so it was not the sheep and the pigs. Yeah, no, and I've already backed up the world file, so This is cool. You've even got it labeled, arrows, the different types that you want. Yeah, that's nice. What is this? Breeder? Maybe a breeder? I'm gonna guess that this is a breeder. Oh yeah, 100% a breeder. Tiny little cell though. You could make this significantly bigger. Does that trap the babies every time? I'd be worried about a baby crossing that with enough speed. Every time, alright. What is it about looking here? Watch this. Look at that. So it's like something here. What you got going on just down here? So it's not anything on the surface. Yep, oh, because this is all reasonable. What is it? What's so angry? Is it the chickens? Well, I'm gonna kill your chickens. It wasn't the chickens. Oh, is it your cows? No. Some here is very angry, though. So many anvils. Whoa! What is happening? What world is this? This is the Patreon server. We're gonna try a different server host, but we're trying to lag bust Retro in his area. Because he's got something that is very, very angry. Look at how angry that is. Check your villager selector under the breeder. Give or take 100 entities, which is quite a lot. And yeah, and you're dodging, cramming. Let's murder these guys. Want that. What is in the stone brick? Here? An old vine farm. I really doubt that would do it. Whoa. Could it be all these anvils? No. Need to reduce the 4 chunks and walk around? I mean, maybe. Could be all these mobs? What is this? It's either a potato... It's either a carrot farm or a villager breeder, and we've already seen a villager breeder, so I have to assume it's a carrot farm. It is a carrot farm. That's a lot of hoppers, my man. That is so much. In the server host that you recommended, do you have stuff like this built on that? Hoppers are like the worst thing to build in Minecraft for lag. It's like reducing the number of hoppers is like the number 101 in reducing world lag. You have bigger stuff built. Okay, that's what I want to hear. Because, like, conceptually, I don't have a problem with this. You're not doing anything malicious. You're not doing it to be... And, like, these are all... Well, they're a bit inefficient for server lag. That's not your thing to worry about. It's mine. So, like... It might be an accumulation of just the number of things. What is this gonna be? This is a clearly work in project or work in process something? It kind of looks like the old slime farms. It's all tinted glass. My goodness. And is this just living quarters? Yeah. Master bedroom, spare bedroom. This is a house. It's a mob farm? Ah. Yeah. Okay. Future mob farm. I see it. All tinted glass. You just get to look right in. Yeah, that's cool. Farm. Okay, okay. Again, nothing here looks unreasonable. I mean, maybe these hoppers are unreasonable. Like, that might be honest. Because there's better ways of doing this. I want F3 in. Yeah, there are better ways of doing this. You could use a starving villager, and it works that way. And you can see that the villagers. How do I say this? Goodness. He centers his what he clears based on his workstation, so he'll never clear these like outer 3 blocks. Just even though they're technically within range, There's one. Even though they're technically within range, clearly, each block outside of the 4x4 has diminishing returns. So, like, you could get 90% the same rates, and make it much smaller. Much smaller. And then you use a starving villager, similar to what Castle did, and then you only need 2 hoppers and a single villager instead of 80 hoppers. This is probably more than that, huh? Yeah, but we got this is where we're CPU limited for sure. Well, Castle, a question for you. Do you notice a difference flying around when Retro's on versus when he's not? Because to me, this looks just like an accumulation of a lot of things, right? Here, let me stand in a known spot. Okay. See, so like, if we go down to, say, 3 chunks, we're definitely, like, still in the thick of it. What is it about this direction that is problematic? Rendering something? Is it the bamboo? No. Oh, there it was. Look at that. As we twist left and right here, something is off to our left. Roughly in this line, it's probably this building. Let's double check and just see. We got pulsing redstone anywhere? I don't see any pulsing redstone. I wonder if it's like these signs? You got a few signs in here. Do these have problems? Is it just these 2 little buildings? Oh, there we go. It is something with the stuff under there. Okay. So what is doing that? Is it just the complexity of the void here? No? It's like the feet height of something. Bro, I don't know. Is it a cave somewhere with mobs? I mean, there is a massive cave down here just filled to the brim of mobs. Is it just this? Is it just the number of mobs that you've got down here? I wish I could keep this up while also not having to see. Like, my screen is so tight. You think it's a brown building? Yeah, look at this. Looking up. I think it's a brown building. I mean, is it just an accumulation of stuff? Nope, it just got unloaded. Because the brown building is still... Unless we're at, like, look at that. Unless at this distance we're outside of, like, something triggering. Nims, do you still have your Skyblock World? I'd love to sub your Patreon if you can put it on there. I will do that right now. Watch me. You think I'm playing? Hang on. Desktop, right here. App data. Roaming. Minecraft. Saves. I think it's on there, but Skyblock. Is this the correct world? Hang on. Render one chunk and walk the buildings? Okay, I will. Skyblock 2.1. Oh god, last played 1.12.2. Okay. Skyblock 2.1. 7-zip. Add to Skyblock 7-zip. Okay. And then Patreon. Make a post. Make a post. Posts. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Freaking thing, Patreon. Oh, it is. It's already in there, actually. It's already in there. Look at this. Yeah. Right there, Skyblock 2.1. I'll check, you know, just for you. The post that has that thing is restricted to... Select tier is diamond tier, correct. That is accurate. And there's a whole bunch of other world files in there. Yeah. Okay, so let me go. Options, video settings, render distance. 2 chunks, that's the minimum I can do. Perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean, it's something in, like, this quadrant. These... Look at that. Look at that hit. I wonder if it's just the number of villagers trying to interact with workstations. Like, if we kill all of those villagers, does it get better? mean, I guess that's a point. Yeah, this video lag that we're seeing, not tick lag, so this could be rendering that's causing the issues besides bills. That's fair. This isn't tick lag. So maybe I'm fixated on the wrong thing. I will fully concede that. Now, whenever I go out to 16 chunks... There's my glowstone. There's my glowstone. The TPS on the right is really what the issue is. Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate you very much. If I double this, okay. Yeah, that's a fair point. I shouldn't focus on this left thing. That's just frame rate, which is just client side rendering. It's this thing on the right, which is probably a large part of all these hoppers. That is just an absurd number of hoppers. Okay, so here's base review, Retro. Cool base. Very, very poorly optimized. Like, negative optimization. This is about as poorly optimized a base as one could have. This is cool. It's gonna be a Guardian farm. But it's cool base. And like, you could absolutely do some things that, how do I say it? That kept the overall aesthetic, purpose, and function, and, keep basically everything. You just need to cut the number of hoppers that you use by like 1 billion. Yeah, this is real bad. That's real bad. And you've got 2 of them. And you've also got that happening here as well. Oh my god. We're gonna shut off these things. Oh yeah, yeah. This one's that's quite a lot. Yeah. That's quite a lot. What is the purpose of... You just have a circle of hoppers? To what end? Oh. So that way as you collect all these items, they just loop here forever. Okay. I guess that's reasonable. Yeah, series of hoppers doing some stuff. Yeah, you had to do your little side here. Yeah. At this point, you could cut hopper or lag by using hopper minecarts instead of hoppers as layers. Yeah, it's not. It's yeah. It is like 50 hoppers to 1 hopper minecart, but when you're talking about, I'm pretty sure this is more than 50 hoppers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and presumably this is a 9x9, so presumably this is 81 hoppers, and you did that twice, and you could, so you have 162 hoppers, and you could replace this, and I do this, so that's 162 hoppers, and in my world, I have this exact farm. I have a pumpkin melon farm that is basically 1-to-1 like that. But I used a single hopper minecart. So 162 hoppers for a single hopper minecart. So like, dope base, sick base. You're trolling the server by not doing any optimization. Like, that's the review. Y'all are shits. Yeah, see, so like, this is my real hardcore world, so I can't go, whatchamacallit in order to show you. However, you can see here that this dirt is the underside of the melon and pumpkins. And, instead of having a million hoppers immediately under this dirt, I just have a hopper minecart. And then the hopper minecart, let's look at the other side. The hopper minecart just zigs and zags and zigs and zags. Goes up. Keeps doing it. And see, he's got stuff in him. And then what he does, at the very end of it, is because you need him to, you need that hopper minecart and to he's now very full, right? Let me see if I can get up there. Cool, I do have some spots. So I have a minecart drop-off station, and so he just chills here until he finishes dropping off all of his garbage. Right? And then it sends him back out, and he does it again. Yeah, he's close. Yep, and then away he goes. So doing this, and mine's even a 2-layer design as well. You could cut out 160 hoppers for a single hopper minecart. Anyway, let's. So yeah, dope base, incredible aesthetic. I love how tight everything is. I love how dense the world is. I love how you've just got doodads and gadgets and knickknacks strewn about everywhere. I love it. I feel it. You're driving a Hummer though. Like, this is like, this, running this world, I can actively feel the room I'm in getting hotter. Hey. Oh, I gotta say your name correctly. Aircanozan with the gifted sub. Thank you very much, man. Yeah. Whoo, buddy. Okay. I want to go look at James's base. I've been here for too long. Okay. TP Nims 500 minus 1,000? Give or take? Okay. This is nice. This is a lovely village you've built here, James. You built this all on your own. Look at this. Look at that. That is an aesthetic right there, chat room. Look at James's wonderful design. He built this all on his own. Completely unique, wholly original. 10 out of 10, James. Okay, what have you done? You built a portal, and you did something to make it do a thing. What is this? Is this a creeper farm? Spider farm? With the trapdoors on the roof, it's got to be a creeper farm. F3B. Nice. Yeah, that's a creeper farm if I've ever seen one. Press button and go through portal. Oh, I was in creative. Did I break it? Just signed up on Patreon. Once you get the host sorted, you'll join? Hell yeah. I appreciate both you and Urkanazan just patroned things. I appreciate that greatly. You guys are wonderful. Yeah, I think I've got it all downloaded. So like, I guess we could pause the stream, pile into Discord, and set up the server, and stress test. As long as it... Try again in a minute? What do you mean? Oh, okay. So I'll finish looking at your base and then I'll come back to it. Okay. James, you did it too? I'm disappointed in all of you. Just spamming down 80 plus hoppers in order to get just a couple of melons and pumpkins. Y'all are such shits. Such turds. It's just 80 hoppers forever going. Okay. Everyone just, no wonder the servers have the poor server. That's how that design works. I know the design because I built it myself. The Ilmango freaking... It's a how do I say this nicely? It's a sociopathic design that Ilmango has created. Moreover, it still could be made more efficient. By doing some tricks. They just use supercomputer. I mean, then expecting everyone to be having supercomputers is quite an well, sociopathic ideology. Maybe sociopath isn't the right word, but it is a very, very narrow viewpoint. But yes, I know the design. You could replace it with hopper minecarts, and you could do some tricks in order to force the melons to land on the farmland, which could be collected by the hopper, and thus you wouldn't need a hopper underneath each full block. Because this hopper doesn't do anything unless the piston head pushes the item entity into the block and thus would allow it to be collected by the hopper. But you could also get this piston to push the item entity over one, and thus it would be on the farmland and you would be able to collect it by a standard hopper. No pushing an item entity inside of a block. And if you were to do that, you get to go from like 80 hoppers down to like 50. Or you could just use a hopper minecart. This tree farm's real good though. Where'd you get this tree farm at, James? And he put it in caps. Look at this castle. It's in caps. It's done correctly. My man followed the tutorial. Look at this. Hang on, we're gonna get real tied up on here. Look at that. He followed the tutorial. That's great. Excellent job, James. You know how to follow a tutorial. What else have you got going on? Yeah, standard sugarcane farm. Yep, that's a thing. I like how you, why? Oh, okay. It's a bamboo on one side and a sugarcane on the other. I was like, why are you using two hopper minecarts, James? You look at how many hoppers are in this tree farm. Bro, it's like 25 hoppers. I was gonna yell at you for using 2 different hopper minecarts here, but I realized that this is bamboo and that's sugarcane, and I guess that's reasonable. What else you got going on? What else can I judge you on? This looks like a village or something. I saw a bee farm on the back of it. Yeah. Sick. See, this is what you need to do, Retro. is if you want a carrot farm, you just place down like a 9x9 of carrots, and then you put a villager over here that's starving. If we checked his inventory, he'd have nothing. And then this guy will just regularly drop carrots off. No need to spam out like 150 hoppers per layer. So you get the basically the same rates, the same effectiveness, at the cost of 2 hoppers instead of like 150. The tree farm should really use a hopper minecart. I don't know if it's possible. I do also feel bad because it has 2 hopper minecarts in the design, and I was looking at it, and I think one of them could be replaced. I think this one can be. I think it could do that. And then you could do this. I think that is a... Oh. It's this that's the problem. Well, then you would have to do more trickery here. Right? And so you'd have to... Is there anything under this? I don't think so. I need to do that. And that, I think this will get rid of a hopper minecart. But yeah, it's not, is you can't get rid of this one. This one must always exist. But yeah, this technically works. But I understand why old me did what I did. Is this my cobblestone farm that is also a concrete converter? Did you steal this from me, James? It looks like you stole this from me, because I have not made this tutorial. I like the bee farm though. This is a good bee farm. What is this for? Are you just... Ah, you're farming wool, white and gray? To what end? Why for? Freaking hopper minecarts for just 2 sheep. That's not even, this isn't even a design, is it? What you got underground, buddy? You got anything? Oh, I see an iron golem farm. Yeah. Since when could dispensers shear sheep? For a while, I believe. Yeah, with shears in them. Yeah, for a while. I can't remember when it came out, but it's been a minute. Oh, I like how you've got a nitwit in here. I love that for you. You have problems with stuff spawning? Why'd you have to replace the floor with glass? You have an actual base in the works? Yeah, this one kind of looks like how my worlds start. But yeah, this is a base, if you could call it that. I like the farms, James, but there's no consistency or thoughtful application of the farms. You know what I mean? Iron golems were spawning there? I mean, something had to be spawning there for you to put glass down. Looks like an Eonoxifer mob farm? It's a creeper farm up here. Thinking. Well, chat room? Oh, hey, where's, like, Clawley's base? Or, anyone else that's on the server? Yeah, it's all function. Just wait, I'll show you all. Lamel, okay. I do kind of feel like updating my base in the hardcore world, but to do that, I have to tear the whole thing down and rebuild it. But I'm like, do I want to do that? You could join the server and then support your boy. Okay. Replace these with honey blocks at your earliest convenience, but like, they're fine for now. This is a good villager breeder though, bud. Where'd you get this? No Nims, your base is a thing of beauty? I've been wanting to update it for a while though. I wanna reduce the number of hopper mine carts. I wanna reduce the number of hoppers. Yeah. This is good, James. This is good. Where's your real base gonna be? You got anything for me? Wait, where was that first coordinate that I teleported to? It was like negative TP Nims, negative 800, 100, 1600. Is wherever we saw the... This is Castle's base. Try reversing this. 800, 100, negative 1600. It was the something. Yeah, it was this. I want to creep. Is this where your base is going to be? This is where you built a very rudimentary guardian farm. Is this where you're going to put your base? This is a good temple. My goodness. Right next to a mushroom island? Oh, y'all are cheaters. I see. What's going on up here? Yeah. Where's this go? Is this where you're building? I'll see nothing here, James. What's this portal for? It's a cool little area, though. You've got a villager thing. You've got a village, a pretty big village too, my goodness. And a temple over here. And it looked like a ruined portal. Yeah, a ruined portal. Anybody seen this ruined portal yet? I can't get that chest. Please let me see what's in the chest. I want to see. Come on, let me see. You messed up when traveling? Oh, okay. Go the other way on the roof and you can find the Wither Skeleton farm. Okay. Wow, such great. Failed fortress, faraway desert. Okay. Probably not that, right? Do you have a sign here? The end. Wither fortress, hopefully. Okay. This is where you broke your bedrock? It sure is. This is your base? In the broken bedrock? Or on the way that I'm heading? I like the 3D mushrooms, by the way. I think they're cute. Okay. What be this? Oh, this is how you get to Castle's base. Okay. Nice nether portal castle. Where did we come from? I think it was like... Is it this? I'm a little lost. Okay. This is where I was. And so it was the hole in the bedrock is what you were saying where you wanted to make your base. I don't see a wither skeleton. I don't see a fortress. I don't see nothing. Where's your wither skeleton farm, James? Oh, is it that? Wither fortress, hopefully. Okay. I'll need your coordinates again, Retro. Oh my gosh, how far does this go? Why goddamn thing? The Wither Skelly farm is 3K blocks away in the nether. I just explored All the nether biomes flying over them. Oh, we got something. Does this mean turn? How did you even find this? Okay. Okay, you got a thing up here. So you got a portal system to do some movement. Okay. He says, my man says, enter the portal. Okay. Okay, I've entered the portal. And then presumably I go back through it, right? Nope, that is not the goal. I was hoping that it would take me to, like, into the nether somewhere. Like, down below. But, okay. But this is where you're gonna set your base up at? 24,000, Z negative 6,000? Alright, buddy. Nobody's evidently gonna come mess with you. Nothing's down below. Follow the torches to different things. Okay, I'll just go up to this, like, top thing. Okay. What's happening here? Well, that's Wither Skelly drops. Where are you getting these Wither Skellies from, bud? Okay. Experience orbs, just checking here. Okay, we'll go back through. See if we can get any of this to make sense. Go directly underneath it. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Interesting. So this is a Wither Roseless way of making a Wither skeleton farm. You're still gonna get regular skeletons, though. And what? What's the purpose of these turtle eggs? They want to trample them. It's the fortress in this biome that makes it so far away. Okay. They attack the turtle eggs? Do they? Ah, that's smart. Yeah, you'll get blazes and standard skeletons, but as things want to run away to attack the eggs, they'll move outside of the spawn sphere because the player is parked way the hell up here. And so as the player is parked, something, right? Player's probably parked right here. And thus, the spawn sphere is perfectly centered on that platform. So as the zombie piglins spawn, they try to attack the eggs, move outside the spawn sphere, and get despawned. Blaze... I don't know what would happen to Blaze, but Wither skeletons and regular skeletons, what's pulling them in Regular skeletons can't see the golem. Ah, that's what I was looking for. There's got to be something that's attracting the wither skeletons to attack in this area. And then he's just covered in redstone, so that way things can't spawn there, but it can still have an opening to allow the wither skeletons to see it. I actually wonder, repeaters have a hitbox. Does the height of the repeater matter for the eye line of, oh my god, it might. Look at how tight the eye line is of the iron golem above the repeaters. That is super mega tight. Repeaters block regular skeletons' eyes. I called that. Wow. That is a clever use of repeaters. You would almost never in a million years would you think that you need a repeater in order to a repeater's hitbox to do something. You're not using these repeaters for redstone. You are using them for their hitbox. So that lines up the wither skeleton's eye line with the iron golem's eye line and allows them to see each other. But not a regular skeleton to see the iron golem. So why doesn't he move towards him? What is the... Oh, he's got that diagonal. Oh, well, the odd blaze just walked in. Mobs wouldn't be... They wouldn't do that, would they? But yeah, if they spawn, they see the iron golem and just sprint in. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like if you have a wither skeleton that spawns like perfectly in this diagonal, he's not gonna see the iron golem. But as soon as he paths a little bit, yeah, there he goes. He sees the iron golem and he knows what's up. And so then they go into that portal. So where does that portal take them? A very clever farm. Hot diggity damn. So the portal just takes them into the overworld. Where... See, I never understood this part of farms. Do they just basic path in? Man, that cloud is just like a void. And they go back into the nether. And yeah, this is where they pop out. And then what, you have two wither skeletons up here as a buffer, and their hitbox pushes all future wither skeletons in? Yeah. It's clever design. I don't know if I would build it. I don't like portal movement. I think it feels real sloppy to me. I really like my design. But I recognize that this design, it has a different type of work. My design, I had to do a lot of mob proofing, which I am turning into like chunk clearing. This design has a lot of exploration. Like you have to find a perfect fortress and the perfect biome, get up on top of the nether roof, set up portals. Yeah, I figured it's taking a minute to start up. Which I also don't like. I like to just walk up and have it, like, boom, turn on. But, like, I'm chilling. We're giving it a second. This is a full minute, James. This is a while. Yeah, let's fly up just a little bit higher in case there's still mobs below me of the wrong mob type. So that should have despawned them, right? And now let's give it another minute. The trapped iron golem looks like the DJ in his booth. DJ Iron G. I love that. Ah! I need you to name your iron golem now, James. He needs to be named DJ Iron G. Okay, we're starting to get a couple. We get F3 and check entity count. We have 8. 7 because the player is rendered. It's got to fill up this corridor full of mobs in the overworld before they push them through. Ah, so it takes a full minute to get started then. I was wondering that. I didn't understand how they would path from one portal to the other. But because like their AI is going to be disabled because they're in the overworld and we're not. And there are no players nearby. So the only thing that's active is like their actual hitbox. So you gotta wait for them to build up enough that their hitboxes buffer all of them through. Okay. We're up to 19 now. Oh, hey, chat is kind of making that hard to see. I'm gonna pause chat for a second. There. Yeah, and you can see entities right here. So we've got 29 now. Why would I give myself a diamond sword? Sweeping Edge 3, what it really can be? I think it is. Interesting. Oh, hey, DFox Gaming with a rating party of 5. Interesting design, James. I don't know if this is what I would have gone for. I mean, clearly this is not what I would have gone for. But it works. Can't you just put another iron golem? No, you can put another iron golem to lure them through the portal. Because they're in the overworld with no players nearby, so their AI isn't active. Yeah, so for the raiders, and I do deeply appreciate the raid, Fox. I was checking out, I have a Patreon world, and I was checking out the Patreon world because it looks like we're going to be swapping our server host. You know, with 1.18 increasing the server height, or excuse me, the world height. My current host just couldn't keep up with builds anymore. So I'm gonna try to find a new host that's hopefully a bit better. Water streams? Do wither skeletons take damage in water? So yeah, I mean, you know, James, I think it's a good design. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But just tell me that my wither skeleton farm is not sick nasty. I dare you. I dare you to tell me that this isn't sick nasty. I'm getting the experience. I'm getting wither skulls. I don't have to do jack diddly. And I've got it hooked up to freaking nether tree farms so I could farm nether trees at the same time I do this. Here, let me get that out. Where are all of my... Yeah, check this out. Tell me this isn't sick nasty, James. Tell me it's not. See, and I've got experience coming in, and then I just hold right click, left click. Oh wait, is my thing busted? Okay, there we go. Look at this. Look at this, James. Look at this. This is so good. Double farms are so good. What are double farms? Normal people don't want to clear 2,000 chunks of the nether? I mean, fair. That's fair. That is a fair statement that is reasonable to expect. Not people do the thing. However, I got to like most of these rates. Okay, and I'm gonna pause it there. I got to most of these rates without having to clear the nether. I didn't have to do this. I've never made a perimeter before, and your boy wants to make a perimeter. Joke's on you, you're clearing a 256 by 256 perimeter? Oh, yeah. That's a big one. That's a big one. Is that Ian Oxifer, James? He seems like a good dude. I should reach out to him and just be like, yo, do you just want to like collab on Redstone sometime? But yeah, this design does not require you clear 2,000 chunks of the nether, right? I think that I'm clearing... I mean, we can do the quick math, right? I think I'm committed to clearing... where's my opening here? There it is. So this is how would I check? I am in chunk what? I am in chunk 17 negative 33. And then if we just go over here. Okay, I'm moving in the negative coordinate. And we can find where the opposite end of my chunk is. And so now I am in... We could still call this... Oh, hey, it actually kind of worked out. We could still call this 17, and now I'm in negative 17. So what's the difference between 33 and 17? I think that's like 16, isn't it? I think that's 16. Hey, Alexa, what's 33 minus 17?
33 minus 17 is 16.
Okay, Alexa, what's 16 times 16?
16 times 16 is 256.
Okay, yeah, I'm clearing a 256 by 256 perimeter right now. I'm clearing the same thing, Turnip. I am clearing a 256 by 256 perimeter. Let's go, buddy. Yeah. Oh no. Please, sweet baby Jesus. Okay. And I'm clearing it from bedrock, and I'm not clearing out the blocks inside the bedrock. I just can't be bothered. But I'm clearing it from bedrock to lava. I'm not clearing from bedrock to bedrock, though. I don't know if that makes a grand difference, but it's what I'm doing. Bro, they keep juking me. They got the schmoves. Show me your moves. Okay, but actually don't. This is my hardcore world. Please don't show me your moves. I'm using TNT. There almost isn't enough sand in Minecraft. I put forward, if I were to either hire someone to make mods for me or just make mods myself, but I'm too dumb for that. Let's be honest. Your boy's got like 2 brain cells. Actually, I think I had a 3rd brain cell the other day. I think that my 2 brain cells came together and made a little baby brain cell. There's been an addition to the brain cell family. We have yet to see what that 3rd brain cell will grow up to be. For now, the 2 brain cells that I have are just dedicated to food and boobies. Let's hope this 3rd brain cell grows up to do something much more important with their life. Anyway, if I modded or other data packed or whatever, I would make it so husks dropped sand. There's no reason that husks that like you need a sand farm, blah blah blah. Husks should drop sand. Change my mind. I'm waiting. Someone devil's advocate me and tell me why husks shouldn't drop sand. Do any of these guys have anything? You'd still have to find a desert, and the amount of work that you would have to do would not be unreasonable. And it should be a rare drop. It shouldn't be in their default loot table. It should be in their rare loot table, so that way you have to have the player kill or manipulate them somehow. Right? Yeah. Husks ain't got no pockets. Haven't you seen their clothes? Where would they carry that sand? Witches ain't got pockets either, but they got hella drops. So, your point isn't valid. Do I just attack this? This is very spooky to me to attack. But like, I'm very annoyed right now in GL. Let me clear what I can. I just don't want them to pick up an item and then sit underneath my lava lake, not despawning for forever, you know? Okay. Maybe there wasn't enough room to do this. Okay, there's a trick. You just run in circles a lot until they're all gathered like this, and then you sweeping edge. Yeah. Just still doing the trick. Nice. Standard zombie spawn. I love it. Bro. Something in there does damage. With a capital D. You know what I mean? I kind of need to pick up all the gold, because if a regular pigman... Ah, that won't matter. Because once I break this, he'll fall through and go into the lava. It's caught on their bones. Yeah, yeah. Makes me feel unsettled and uncomfortable. Oh, wait, what? Imagine zombie farms being relevant? Yeah, dude, it would be such a good update. Like, it's been so long since zombie farms have been, like, done anything interesting or cool. Like, at one point in Skyblock, you needed zombie farms in order to get your first carrots and potatoes. But, like, that's such a niche use case. Yeah, so having husks drop sand, I think, would just be mwah, chef's kiss, you know? So good. None of that's falling in, right? Yeah, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Phantoms being tameable and rideable? I mean, to what end? I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to make and modify a resource pack. You know, it probably wouldn't. But I think that it would be a... If I were to do that as a standalone thing, I think that it would be... It wouldn't feel great. If I were to make, you know, a NIMS Minecraft, that's what I would want to do. If I had unlimited money, I would make a... I don't know, maybe I just call it NIMS Minecraft, right? Or NIMS Minecraft++, right? Just a mod or an offshoot of Minecraft in my vision, effectively. And then I would do all the things that we've talked about before, like a spider queen or a spider boss that drops boots of spider climb. I would make a queen bee that then dropped queen bee pheromones, and then that would allow you to tame and ride bees. And between the both of those bosses, a spider boss and a bee boss, the Bane of Arthropod sword enchantment would retroactively get better. I would make husks drop sand. I would remove quasi-connectivity, but then I would implement vertical redstone. And that would be NIMS Minecraft, yeah. And then, you know, I would make hoppers much less laggy. Sick. Technically, this isn't a whole lot of rates that we've improved, because we've only improved the rates by the 16 blocks that stretched along that tunnel. But, technically is rates. And I just feel good because I got 2 more chunks cleared. You know what I mean? And that's always just a nice feeling. Nimscraft? Yeah, dude. That's what it would be. And, like, that would be the... I would probably make it publicly available, but, maybe not, and maybe it would just be, like, our server. That was the only place that had those things. Maybe that's a reasonable thing that we do. Okay, thoughts. What if on the Patreon server we got a mod pack or a data pack that just added sand to husk rare drop loot tables? Would that be game breaking? For like the Patreon server. That's all it did, nothing else. Yo, Tall Pup, I was just talking about you in this stream. I was talking about So like our server, like my Patreon server, is struggling right now. The 1.18 change has really got it messed up. We were looking for new server hosts, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I know the guy that like is the lead admin for the CK server, and he's a great dude, and like I know that they run a VM for their server, and like it's really great, and maybe I should, and I said this on stream like maybe an hour ago. I was like, I should reach out to him and just ask him how he's doing and ask about his server. I would be against it a bit, TBH, just feels less vanilla. That's a fair point. Look at that though. That's cool. Hoo-yah. This isn't gonna make the rates feel any better. But it'll be cool. Again, well, technically, the rates got 16 spawn spots better. Technically. Okay. Forget I said it then. Pretty good, Jerome. The rains do feel pretty good. We still exist. Just got all the servers up to 1.18 recently. Nice. Saw that you guys had like 20 some odd people online. That's sick. Are you still running off of VM? And it's like, I think I have like a, say about a $30 a month budget for this server, and so I'd just be curious to poke your brain at the best server I could provide for about $30 a month. Incredible. And how many wither skulls we got? Oh. That's more than 3. And 3 is the important number of wither skulls to have. Probably shut this off now too. How many? Okay, so that's like that many. 64 times 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. 64 times 5 times 5 and a half. Hey Alexa, what's 64 times 5 times 5.5?
64 times 5 times 5.5 is 1,760.
1,700 freaking fungus there. And the blue side is just ever so slightly more efficient. Actually, it's probably more like 1,800 something. Actually, this is probably more like 1,900 something. We'll just round up and call it an even 2,000 fungus, right? And the blue side's gonna have even more than that because the blue side is slightly more efficient. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7? Yeah. Alexa, what's 64 times 5 times 7?
64 times 5 times 7 is 2,240.
2,240? I'm gonna call that a day. We don't need any more fungus. You switch hosts not too long ago. Host is in server machine companies. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm struggling with too. My current host is we're getting, with only like 3 people on the server, we're running into RAM caps. And it's a 4 gig server, so it's not the most, but it's also not the least either. But more than that, like I could just pay more. I could and get more RAM. That's totally true. That's totally fine. And I would consider doing that if it weren't for the fact that we're also getting CPU bottlenecks. And rather than the server just CPU limiting us for that small duration, it just crashes itself and doesn't auto reboot. So then an admin has to just immediately drop whatever they're doing and go manually reboot the server. Yeah, so that's kind of the rough spot. Is like, I would much rather the server just, CPU throttle itself for whatever the peak, the spike is, and not crash, and thus never reset itself. That's pretty annoying. So we're gonna look for a new host. Nims wins YouTube coming back. I have the bee farm like half done. Video half done. So I have like tutorials still in the works. I still have like 10 tutorials that I want to make. I have this idea of like Twitch should probably be. Here's my ideal. I don't know if this will ever happen, but here's my ideal. Is Twitch is just this. We have live content, we talk, we hang out, it's whatever. Maybe over time, we change, instead of having, say, a hardcore world that we're building up, maybe we do something like those old CTM maps, the Complete the Monument maps, or adventure maps? I think those would be really good to play through on Twitch, or get real good at like Minecraft mini games or something like that. Make it a little bit easier to pick up and to put down. And that's what Twitch would be. And especially like if we did like mini games or CTM or CTM maps, we could chunk those up and re-upload them to YouTube. However, that feels very recycly. I don't really want to do it. I'll just put it on like a second channel, and that way anybody that wants to go through and see all the old school VODs, they can. And then in my mind, what would happen with YouTube is YouTube would go back to 2 things. It would continue to be the tutorial channel that we have basically now today. These rates are incredible, by the way. And in addition to that, I would bring back like a Let's Play series proper. Yeah, I'm 1.18 on my server, yeah. I wonder if this is like one of those server optimization issues. You know how like you can hit like whenever you've got a thing, you can edit optimized world, right? I wonder. I'm gonna do this real quick actually, and we'll see. Hang on. Actually, there's no risk to do it in this world. Where was Retro's base at? I don't remember where your base was, Retro, and you wanted me to go check out the Nether. Okay. TP negative Nims negative 359, whatever, negative 20, negative 30, it's the same thing. Okay, so it must be inside. Oh, I see something. Oh, this is quite pretty. There's a lot of quartz. Oh, this is very cool. So you're gonna have four-way junction sort of thing. Lead off 4 different directions. This is very cool. And then the quartz contrasted by the blackstone. That's gonna be sick. What's this button do? Anything of import before I just push it? Oh, it opens a trapdoor. Wow. And then in the trapdoor, you just have just a little workstation. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. So, like, this is mega laggy, right? Where's my thing? If I were to jump out of this world and hit that optimize button, does this get better? Let's say 28, 29 FPS. Kind of remember where TPS is. Okay. This is my my Patreon world, and that's one of my, I call him a power user. Yeah, I've already. This will attempt to optimize your world and make sure all data is stored in the most recent game format. This can take a very long time depending on your world. Once you're done, the world may play faster, but will no longer be compatible with the older versions. Are you sure? Yeah. We want to erase the cache data as well, and I've already backed it up, so we'll go for it. Okay, so this is gonna take about a minute. Please do. I still remember the old LP world with the castle and the massive iron golem statue. I think I would want to. I just want to get better at building. I just want to be so much better at building. Like, I look through the Patreon world and all of the people that play on that, and they're all so much better at building, like, bases than I am. The biggest thing that I think I need to do is I think I need to build my bases and optimize my bases for elytra movement. Because, like, that's the thing, right? Once you get elytra, you're just zip-zap zooping all around your base. I've always optimized my bases for, like, walking. And, you know, who walks in Minecraft? Freaking nobody. Nobody walks anymore on your own 2 feet. Gross. That just doesn't happen. Everybody flies, right? Nobody walks. Yeah, building is such a big part of in-game engagement. I mean, it might also give me appreciation for pushing for, like, higher efficiency out of some of my building block-based farms. E.g., I don't really ever care what my cobblestone farm's rates are, because I just don't build out of stone ever. Would I potentially care about... I mean, I do have a quad piglin bartering system, that's pretty beefy. That's pretty beefy. And so that quad piglin bartering system gives me hella quartz and hella blackstone. Yeah, but conceptually that could be made even better. But I don't know if quad piglin bartering is already quite chunky. Learning to build pretty is my personal goal right now. I build ugly boxes. I mean, I've always wanted to build a world that's just a bunch of geometric shapes. I mean, and that's really just a world of giant ugly boxes interconnecting with each other. However, that being said, you could absolutely build a bunch of geometric shapes in an aesthetically pleasing fashion. I'm walking around a little bit while I wait for this chat room. Oh yeah, Nims, I needed a 2-player adaptation to the tree farm so someone else can play the tree and I can use an axe to get non-stripped logs. I'm sure you could punch a hole in it somewhere, and then somebody else could hold right click with a sapling. It'd only be good for like. Could you have two people share the AFK spot? Just one of them stands as far to the left as possible, and one of them stands as far to the right as possible? That might also work. And then just your planter. Whoever has the... wait. You would then have an experience problem. Would the experience make it to the axe holder's hand well enough? Oh. You started a new survival world last month. It was fun, but painful not being able to fly again. Couldn't rush fast enough to get wings? Yeah, there it is. Who walks in 2022? But yeah, I don't know. What did we have? It was like 29 FPS. This is important to remember as we're halfway through this optimizing. We had like 29 FPS, and the TPS chart was like roughly in the middle. So that's our goal. If it gets better from there, because this world has been going on for a little while now, right? Our world has been going on for a little while now, and it started in 1.17. So, like, maybe it's an optimization problem? I don't know. You took a screenshot of the TPS chart, don't worry. Oh, you're an incredible, Castle. I appreciate you very much. I'm going back to a question from earlier. If I made my own, like, Nimscraft, like Minecraft modded, right? What would I change? And I would want it to feel vanilla, for sure. But I want it to also enhance or upgrade some of the vanilla experience. I would make husks drop sand. I would add 2 new bosses, a queen bee boss and a spider boss. The spider boss would be in a giant underground thing? Yeah? Like a giant underground room, and say that there are like egg sacs everywhere, and if you touch an egg sac, like say 2 spiders, like 1 to 3 spiders, let's say 0 to 3 spiders pop out of it, and the spiders inside of the egg sac have a 66% chance to be a regular spider and a 33% chance to be a cave spider. And there will be, you know, a number of these spider sacks around the room. So as you're fighting the spider boss, you have to either destroy these spider stacks if you're worried about hitting them, or dodge them outright. But if you do bump one, hit one, it will spawn the spider. It will spawn 0 to 3 spiders. The spider boss would have to like climb up the walls and then maybe shoot spider balls at you, maybe rooting you in place. Oh, it wouldn't root you. It would just put a spider web at your feet that you would then have to like look down and use your sword to break out of, like a standard spider web. And if you get hit with a spider ball, it might start like a chain reaction where it makes it, you know, it's just harder to dodge the next spider ball. So they're doing just, as soon as you get hit once, you're kind of panicked because now she's just going to rain in more of these like spider ball ranged attacks, and you're just going to get overwhelmed with spider webs, and you're just taking blast, 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 damage, damage, damage. That would be, I think that would be a cool fight. And maybe you would need a way to let the player reset a little bit. maybe at some point in the fight, randomly the Spider Queen goes and creates a few more egg sacs, right? And so that way, if you're really bogged down with like all of this webbing, the Spider Queen leaves, lays a few more egg sacs, and then goes back to shooting you with range attacks. Yeah, something like that. Bonus points adds renewable spider webs. Yeah, conceptually. And then it's like a big underground cave room that this is happening in. And like the queen bee, it would be what is it? A roofed forest has a chance to spawn a mega tree. And then at the so this is like a 150 block tall tree. And at the very top of this tree, there's a 50 block diameter beehive. And then you have this like bee boss with all these other bees inside of it, normal bees. And the queen bee boss would do kind of like phantom-like attacks where she like does flybys with stingers, and as you attack her, it aggroes all of the other bees in the area to come attack you as well. And then maybe she also has like a ranged attack where she can like shoot out a stinger or something like that. Like it flies through the air kind of like an arrow and just hits you for a little bit of damage. And then if you kill the spider boss, you get Boots of Spider Climb. If you kill the queen bee, you get queen bee pheromones. And then you can use Boots of Spider Climb or just boots. But they allow you to treat any vertical surface like it's a ladder. And the queen bee pheromones you could bottle, use them on a bee, and it upgrades the bee. Then you could ride the bee with a saddle and control it and fly around on the back of the bee, which I think would just be the cutest thing. Would I do any other changes? Husks drop sand. I don't know, are those my biggest complaints in Minecraft? Are there any other mobs that just do nothing? Bats do nothing. Are there any other things in the game that feel underdeveloped and left behind? Oh, hey, it finished. Endermites? Yeah, maybe. Should Endermites, like... Give it a moment. As the world renders in. It doesn't feel any different. Maybe it will once it's finished loading. I can still see chunks out there in the distance. Doesn't feel a damn bit of different. Oh no, maybe we went from like 29 FPS to like 30, 31 FPS. Which might be like a 5% improvement, which isn't nothing. Oh, no, we just dipped down to 28 still. Additional use to rotten flesh. Oh, there's some things that should be compostable that are not. Rotten flesh should be compostable. Basically all of the meat products in the game should be compostable. And bones should also be compostable because you get bone meal out of a composter. So, yeah, those should, yeah. Composters should get some upgrades. This doesn't feel any better, though. So, I was curious if something like this maybe could make it better. Like, Oh, villagers are another one I would upgrade. I would probably make villager, like, I love villager trading as it stands right now. However, I hate villagers are very powerful for what they do. And I'm also sad that farmer villagers are the only villagers that do anything. So to that end, I think I would, and you know, Mojang wants to do this themselves. I would make a fishing villager, and I would make fish like the fish that you fish up behave just the same as like potatoes, carrots, bread, and so you could conceptually breed villagers with fish. I think that would be good. I agree with you. There should be a lumberjack villager. You'd have to have some sort of like protected clause on like the wood that is inside of a villager's house, so that way they didn't cut that down. But yeah, villagers should absolutely be able to grow trees and cut trees down. And then I think that there should be like, are there any other villager types that should exist? Maybe librarians could harvest sugarcane and turn it into paper? Oh. Poisonous potatoes have 0 use in the game. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm also thinking like creating different types of farms, but also you don't want villagers to be too busted. Fully automated emerald farm? What do you mean? If you had paper? I mean, you could already do that with villagers with carrots, right? You just get hella carrots, sell the carrots to the villager, get emeralds. Ocean villages, like floating boat houses, that would be cool. That would be cool. More floatables, I think, would be cool in the game. Like a ooh, could you imagine something like a pirate ship, but instead of it being crewed by pirates, it's like an original Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's just crewed by like skeletons. Like, it's just skeletons and zombies that spawn wearing helmets. So that way they don't die in the sunlight. Like, I still firmly believe that Minecraft is an adventure game masquerading as a Lego building game. Like, every new thing that they add, like the what are they called? The deep dark, what are those? Deep dark villages, deep dark strongholds, deep dark whatever. That's just another place to explore, and they put in a different mob type to force you to explore it in a different way. So yeah, I would also want, and see, that's my idea with like the spider boss and the queen bee boss. More reasons to go out into the world and explore, to do a thing, to look for stuff. Because I think the thing that, like, I don't know, and this is an opinion, but the thing that hooked me in Minecraft, optimizing didn't work, by the way, that was a waste of time. I think the thing that hooked me into the world is just that initial burst of like getting to explore, and you're just walking through a place and you're like, oh, that's cool, as you look at a thing, and then you keep walking and you're just like, oh, that's cool, and you just keep walking and it's just like everything is so cool, and you get these like big structures and deep ravines, and then you come across like a desert temple, and you're just like, oh, this is cool, and you're excited because there's good cool loot inside of it. And jungle temples did the same thing, and sunken ships did the same thing, and You know, I think that making the world feel like you've got things to go and things to see and things to find. You know, nether bastions and nether fortresses, same thing. A volcano biome, that would be sick. Maybe in your volcano biome you have blaze that can spawn in the overworld. I think that would be cool. So yeah, I would make that mod. I don't know if I would actually modify like villager AI though, because villagers are already like nuts broken strong, and maybe they don't need to be any more strong. Yeah. Maybe they're good where they are. Interestingly, villagers are their strongest in the hardest difficulty as well. Yeah, this will be fine. Yeah, villagers are the strongest in their hardest difficulty. And that's because it's the easiest and most reasonable to convert a villager into a zombie villager and purify it, thus getting the discounted trade. And by getting the discounted trade, wow, I did the super jump. Does anybody know how to do that consistently? Catching back up on my thought. Yeah, you get the discounted trade, and then your villager just interacts with you for 1 emerald, and that's just nuts bonkers. Also giving cherry blossom trees and maple trees different colored leaves, also more pastel colors, and give concrete slabs and stairs. Concrete slabs and stairs would also be sick. Cherry blossom trees and maple trees. The problem with those is they've made wood based on like tree type. So like, I don't know, maybe to your point, I would revamp how trees work. And instead of calling the wood oak wood, birch wood, jungle wood, I would refer to it by like, you have brown wood, you have white wood, you have peach wood, you have orange wood, etc. And that way it does simplify the wood types, and therefore you could have more, I don't know, would that be good? That way you could keep the same like 6 colorations and add way more tree types without it being weird that like, say a maple tree or a cherry blossom tree is giving you oak logs, right? That would be very weird. Or maybe you just add more wood types. I don't know. What was I doing? I don't remember. That is not the gold chest. This would be the gold chest. And that way, I don't know if that's a good idea, but my intent with that idea is to make it so that way you can implement a whole bunch of tree varieties without adding a whole bunch of unique tree logs. So say we wanted, like Castle said, a bunch of new tree types. Do you want 30 different wood types? Or would you still be comfortable with like the 6 wood types that we have, just arranged in new and interesting ways? Know what I mean?
You don't mind more wood types and different variations, especially how it gives more trapdoors and doors and whatnot? I mean, fair, but also, like, I'm just, and maybe this is selfish, but I'm trying to think, like, if we were to design a air quotes Nimscraft mod, this is a hypothetical world where, like, we've got unlimited money to pay a developer to make this mod thing, right? Let's just destroy some stuff while we do this, by the way. It would save on development time. Because we've got unlimited money, I don't need to worry about that. But it would save on development time if we didn't have, you know, with each new wood, like you said, that is a new door texture, that's a new trapdoor texture, that's a new a lot of stuff. I think I'm gonna only be able to do these one chunk at a time, because we saw how many mobs spawned whenever I did it 2 chunks at a time, and that was just, that was a lot. I think that different woods make your piston different strengths to push more or less blocks. Oh, that'd be interesting. Is that something that I would put in a mod pack? Would I have pistons that could extend 2 blocks? Would I have pistons that could push more than 12 blocks? Thinking. I don't know, because there's like, what are you doing with all that? What's the purpose? Does that break the vanilla feel? I feel like it does. That gets like too moddy for me. I like where your head's at though. Yeah, I would only want to update things and add new things, not necessarily change old things. Yeah. Like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I don't think pistons are broken. I would maybe say that sand duping is broken. I would say that is a unintended consequence of, one, duping being in the game, and also no renewable sand being in the game. I am quite the anti-cheese person, and I would be likely to build a sand duping machine. Even though it's cheesy, I think we could all agree that sand duping is some level of cheese. I would still consider it because there's no alternative. But if there was a sand, like a sand farm alternative, I would never need to build a sand duping machine ever again, right? Pretty sure sand duping is super patched. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure sand duping is still in. If TNT duping is still in, then sand duping is still in, right? Aren't they fundamentally like the same thing? That's why husk dropping sand would be great. Exactly. And that only adds to existing Minecraft. It doesn't, the thing it takes away is sand duping. But I think that just fixes a problem rather than taking something away. And like that's why I would also be interested in more arthropod labeled creatures, because right now we have a Bane of Arthropod sword, but it's Dogdu. Who uses Bane of Arthropods? No one. Absolutely no one. Whereas look at Smite. There is a legitimate argument that says that you use Smite whenever you're dealing with Wither Skeleton farms and Wither Boss farms. Smiting a Wither Boss reduces the number of hits that you need to kill him by like 2 or 3 fewer attacks. That's massive. Whereas like, what is Bane of Arthropods doing? Absolutely nothing. So yeah, ways to improve existing Minecraft that key into it being an adventure game. Yeah, that's what I would seek to do. Oh. Where's my oh, it was one more block. Did I not go in far enough? Whoa, I just didn't. Why did I curve where I did? Huh. Clear this, and then I'll go back and fix the one that I just did. I thought that it felt small. Turns out it was. Do they both use coral? What is coral? Well, I know what coral is. What are you referencing with they using coral? I must have missed something, right? Yeah, we could probably do this section at the same time. No, I don't wanna. I think it's too spooky. Remember how many zombie piglins we got earlier? That was so many. You can dupe all falling blocks. We have a sand, gravel, concrete duper. In survival, if you use paper, you have to make a change to remove dupe patch. Okay. No worries. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know if I would remove duping from the game in my own mod. However, I would make it... I think as soon as something isolated, as soon as you can isolate that something is being exploited, you should probably implement that into the game as a feature and no longer as a bug. And it's like, just taking it away will feel bad. But like, if you, say, make husks drop sand, well then players will have a reasonable way to get large amounts of sand, and then say you do eventually break duping or what have you. well, then players are just like, okay, now we're just going to use sand farms through husks, right? Especially if husks got like some update where, like, you know how you can change zombies into, oh, that means full. You know how you can change zombie into drowned? What if you could change a zombie into a husk? And then it wouldn't feel so bad if you then nerfed duping. Because you're... Oh, you know what you'd have to do if you wanted to actually remove duping from the game? You'd have to make a storage that could be moved by pistons. World Eaters are part of the game now. People just use World Eaters to duping TNT to just clear massive amounts of area. Well, if you wanted to do that in a post-duping world where duping no longer exists, you just can't, right? You just couldn't. But if you had something like, what is it, Bedrock, I think actually you can move chests via pistons. So if you had a piston that could move chests, or a storage that could be moved by pistons, something like that, then you could use, say, a husk farm in order to get a bulk amount of sand, a creeper farm to get a bulk amount of gunpowder. Then you could combine them together. Oh, that's something else I would probably put in my mod pack, is a an auto crafter. Yeah. But I would make it really expensive to use and run. I would make it made with like netherite and require like one whole fuel, like one charcoal per completed item. And like the recipe would be like a crafting bench with netherite or something. Moving what stuff? Strange stuff is really a game changer. Oh, moving storage stuff is a game changer for Redstone. I mean, yeah. Like, whenever I saw that was in Bedrock, I was like, ooh, buddy, I want to go play Bedrock. But then, you know, I saw how buggy Redstone is in Bedrock, and I'm like, maybe not. And maybe, again, adding an auto crafter might not be the vanilla feel that I would want this from this hypothetical infinite money mod pack, which I will readily and freely concede. Still, having a bulk way of getting sand, and then you could make a creeper farm, and that would give you a bulk way to get gunpowder. And then if you had a movable storage thing, like say a movable dispenser, you could fill that dispenser up with, say, you know how you have hopper minecart drop-off stations? You could build something like that for a World Eater. Bulk craft an absurd amount of TNT, and then just let it return to a station and refill as needed. Right? Yeah. Oh, I totally did start digging at the correct spot. I just must have brain farted. while I was chatting to you guys. I don't know. How did I miss this? Gotta go. See you later, Yolk. There's an auto-crafting mod that is very Redstone-y that didn't feel busted. Mumbo did a video on it, and it was interesting. I think I remember that video. I don't know. I got 2 brain cells though. Remember, they just had a baby, but that baby hasn't grown up yet. We don't know what to expect from that 3rd brain cell yet. Yeah, an auto-crafting mod probably wouldn't feel vanilla enough, even if it was, like, made very Redstone-y, very... right? There's no way that auto-crafting could ever feel vanilla. You had to, like, hopper in items in a specific order. Yeah, I think I remember that. I had to do some fancy redstone to make any air gaps in the recipe. It felt very vanilla. I mean, yeah. Is that it? Did we get another thing? I mean, again, technically, that is increasing rates because the mobs that could be spawning in my service tunnels, these spots right here, these are going away. So, technically improving the rates. Yeah. Ooh, I almost died. Like, legitimately. 3 hearts, and I was flying, so it's possible that I could have gotten stuck inside that chamber. Ooh. Ooh. Because, like, I can't get in here now, even shift walking, because the hitbox of the wolf pushes me back. I can't get in. But if I'm flying, I'm sure that I would have the momentum. And I'm sure I could get in there. And then if I stood up or stopped flying, I'm just in a 1x with wither skeletons raining down on me. What would you do if you died? Oh man, I don't know. I know the type of world that I want my next hardcore world to be. I want to find a hardcore world that has a skeleton spawner and a witch hut within, well, not range of each other. I want a witch hut in range of a skeleton spawner. A skeleton spawner does not need to be in range of the witch hut. But yeah, I would probably put out like a bounty to find that seed. And then we would start again. See you later, Retro. Have a good night. Sick world. Sick build. Sick base. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. I want to find a... And then I would try to build this world 2.0. Yeah. Bigger, better. Just same ideologies, but I would want to build it with like aesthetics in mind and flying in mind. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Yeah, that's what I would do. But we didn't die, so we're good. So it's great. So we're here. We're living here and now.
F crafting our screen element 2 out of 2.
Oh no.
Narrator, 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 off.
Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to open up my bag and I hit control at the same time and it messed with the narrator. Sorry, buddy. This feels pretty good. Oh, what am I doing? I came down here to repair my axe, and then I didn't even have my freaking axe out. I'm an idiot. 2 brain cells. I was thinking about boobies and food. Yeah, I would definitely want to build a wider, larger base that maybe in a first impression, like right now, being honest, our base needs an explanation when you look at it. Like it's very weirdly shaped and doesn't make sense. I would want a base that stands on its own to be impressive with no description. And then with a description, I would want it to be more impressive, you know? I kind of think about like Factorio buses, like when you have a main bus where you just have hella items moving through a space. I think that I can do that. I think that I could have one water stream that has like 6 or 7 different types of items flowing through it. It might be uncomfortable to then interact with that main bus, but I think you could. Still, I would want the base to be large enough that it stood as an impressive accomplishment in and of itself. I think I would want a main bus that is, I don't know, I would be okay filtering items on the back end, but we could put multiple items into, say we have like 10 lines, right? Which is something like, it would be, hang on, let's see. It would be outer wall, water. So one, okay, outer wall, water, wall, water, that's 2. Wall, water 3, wall, water 4, wall, water 5, wall, water 6, wall, water 7, wall, water 8, wall, water 9, wall, water 10. And so this is where and then we need a wall to keep that water in. So then we would have, this is how wide I would make a main bus of items flowing through the base. And I would use this to like ship my items around of different types. Maybe, I don't know if this would work though, because there are just so many unique items that Minecraft has. Still, this would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 21. It'd be like 21 blocks wide. So like maybe I would do that, and then I would still center the farm or excuse me, I'd still center the base, the heart of the base, around the skeleton AFK thing. But I don't know if I'd put in all of the AFK things like I did again. I think the only thing I would put into the AFK space is nice. 635. That is an accomplishment. I think the only thing I would put into the space is the tree farm. And then I would make sure I would need the witch farm. Why not just one water stream with everything? Just filter out what you need. Hoppers. Keeping hopper count to a minimum. Or maybe that's a point, Eldon. Maybe you're on something. Maybe instead of like 10 individual water streams with small collections of items in them, maybe we just have one giant stream that circles the entire base. Yeah, that just sounds like an item entity disaster, though. Like, you're just gonna have hella item entities just doing circles forever. But yeah, you could just have like a giant donut circling your base, and as long as the items could make a full loop inside of 5 minutes, then no problems, right? But then you would, and then you could interact with that massive loop. And like you said, throw a filter on it. Oh, I need iron, so I'm going to throw an iron filter on it. I wouldn't be able to ever split the iron, though, because, like, whatever was first in sequence would just get all of the iron with priority. I would have to make, like, my storage buffers very small, so that way the things in sequence, so let's say that I had a hopper crafting station, which needs a bunch of iron. Let's say that I also had a bunch of a villager trading hall where I could sell my iron, right? The hopper crafting station would have to have a relatively limited buffer, or else the villager trading hall would never get any iron if all I had was a single bus all around my base. And again, we'd also just deal with, like, item entities, just doing circles forever. I don't know if that would work. I don't actually think I like this idea. I think I would still just transport the items one line at a time, as needed. Which then just goes back to having a 21 wide main bus. Which is 10 streams wide. Yeah. And I'm sure that I could isolate down, in a similar way to Factorio. I'm sure that I could isolate down to what the 10 most, say, important item streams are. Say, like a witch stream. That's an incredibly important stream. An iron golem farm stream. An incredibly important stream. I don't know if these are different streams, but work with me. melons, pumpkins, carrots, and potatoes are all a very important stream, because I believe that's the most powerful villager trade. Is getting farmers that have been converted a lot and then sold. Well, those and it's not even melons, because melons require crafting to sell. If I had to build this world again, I don't think I'd make melons. I don't think I'd ever farm melons. Maybe a tiny melon farm if I ever want to make like listening melons for what, like potions of healing. I'd have them. They'd be available. Whatever. But I think I would only actually farm pumpkins, carrots, potatoes. Yeah, so a pumpkin, carrot, potato line seems like it would be good. Because that's just crazy amounts of villager trading. That's probably a bulk. That's probably where you'll get the bulk of your emeralds until you get a raid for them. So a witch line, an iron golem line, which is really just iron. You could probably get rid of the poppies almost immediately. Thinking. Probably a bone meal line would be really important. Something composting a bunch of stuff down. But see, the problem with a compost line is I think that would happen in sequence after a potato, carrot, pumpkin line. Whatever potatoes, carrots, pumpkins you don't need, wouldn't you separate those out? And then that becomes your bone meal line? Would you also have a fuel line to run furnaces? Yeah, I don't know what you would do from there, because at some point you start to look at things like bamboo, you look at things like sugarcane, maybe you would still, oh yeah, you'd still probably want a gunpowder line. No, not a gunpowder line, because like the gunpowder farm could be just self-contained. All you need for gunpowder is gunpowder makes rockets and TNT, and you wouldn't need a gunpowder. You wouldn't need either of those things until, well, husks could drop sand. So, well, you wouldn't need TNT until husks can drop sand. So then it's really just wherever the gunpowder farm is, you would also just build your sugarcane farm there, right? Maybe not, because then you might want to sell sugarcane to villagers. Nah, you're selling potatoes, carrots, and pumpkins to villagers. You wouldn't need sugarcane after that. And it's like, okay, what about bamboo? You're using bamboo as a fuel and also as scaffolding. Isn't it like bamboo plus string for scaffolding? Shit, I don't remember. I don't have scaffolding unlocked? How do you spell scaffolding? Oh, this is why. It is bamboo and string. Well, again, that's a thing where you just make like a string farm, a spider farm, and a bamboo farm right next to each other, and then that's the thing, right? So in the same way that you would make your sugarcane farm and your gunpowder farm right next to each other, you would also make the bamboo farm and the string farm right next to each other. And then again, the only thing that you're selling to villagers are potatoes, carrots, and pumpkins. So you wouldn't need to transport bamboo or string in bulk. Like string you can sell to villagers, but you don't need to do that. Bamboo you could use as a fuel, but conceptually, if you make the tree farm, you could use the tree farm itself in order to make a charcoal factory that takes wood from the tree farm and smelts it to make charcoal, thus perpetuating your fuel supply, right? But that's not fully automatic. Tree farm is AFK. So I don't know, maybe you would want a freaking bamboo farm? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm antiquated. You wouldn't want potatoes, carrots, pumpkins going into composters. Same thing with poppies. Because there's a better compost item. There's a better bone meal farm, and it's moss. You would moss your stuff. So I think that you would want a. I think that in those lines, so we've now established that you'd want probably an iron golem line, because iron is just useful freaking everywhere. You'd want a potato, carrot, pumpkin line in order, because that's going to be... Well, see, that's the thing, is potatoes, carrots, and pumpkins good for anything other than villagers? You wouldn't need to make these lines like a main bus. You would just transport point A to point B, and that's it. It would never need to fork or change, or you wouldn't have to have two things attached to it. Is there anything in the game that you would want two things attached to it? Like any farm where you're just like, I need this to be here, but also here. Probably bone meal. You need bone meal for, like, the tree farm. Would you need bone meal for anything else? Like, if you're saying, like, oh, I'm not doing any villager trading other than potatoes, carrots, and pumpkins, you don't use potatoes, carrots, and pumpkins for anything other than villager trading, right? Ah, that's not true. Wait, I got it. I got the one thing. You need pumpkins to be both at a pumpkin carving station to make them into jack-o'-lanterns, and you need pumpkins to be at a villager trading for emeralds. Boom. That is the one thing that you need to go to two locations. And like, I even think about things like glass bottles. Glass bottles, we have a splitter on those in order to get them to multiple bee farms, but that's still the thing, is the splitter is part of the bee farm. You don't need a independent line of glass bottles to go to two different locations. Whereas pumpkins, you probably... Who's making bulk amounts of jack-o'-lanterns? I think I'm the only person in the entire game that actually likes freaking jack-o'-lanterns. But I like them, so I'm gonna use them. Yeah, maybe that's the only thing. I don't know. So yeah, I think I would cut down a lot of the redundancy that's built into my base. This has been the most long-winded answer, Tall Pup. What would I do if I died? I would cut down a lot of the redundancy in the base. We don't need nano farms. We don't need... if I made a potion farm, I'm doing that, like, in a way that doesn't need to be fully automatic and fully connected. I can do that better. And I think I would make more isolated farms that are easier to travel between. And if I needed to automatically bring items into them, say like glass bottles from the witch farm, I would just do that as needed instead of trying to like fully integrate the son of a bitch. These Wither Skelly rates are pretty sick. Are pretty sweet? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I'm kind of curious to check how many... I think we've gotten like 2 or 3 stacks this stream. So you'd start over fresh? Yeah. And I'd really want to find the seed that had a witch hut and a skeleton spawner, where you could AFK at the skeleton spawner and the witch hut would be active. That's like my personal dream seed right now. And then I would approach it kind of with the same philosophy that I did this world, but I would build bigger in mind. Yeah. There are parts of the world that wouldn't need to be massive, e.g. a single iron golem farm is perfectly fine for a single player world, right? You don't need thousands of iron per hour. Like a couple hundred iron per hour is kind of maybe redundant already. You should make a rainbow beacon path at this point. I mean, yeah. I should. I mean, I just want to build bigger. I want to build all the things. So yeah, I would go down to like 1 iron golem farm, but if I'm planning on bulk trading potatoes, carrots, and pumpkins, well then those farms are gonna have to be giant. Probably have like 10 layers of potato farms, 10 layers of carrot farms. Maybe only like a couple layers of pumpkin farms, right? It is hitting a stride right now. It's sick. Yeah, and then once you have like the wither, or excuse me, once you have the witch farm going, like that's gonna provide for a lot of the stuff. Like maybe you don't need a bamboo farm in crazy bulk for like smelting, because I wonder how many sticks your witch farm is going to provide. Right? And that's just gonna run 100% of the time. Your witch farm is just always going. Yeah. I think I would also do my zombie piglin farm differently, so that way the player didn't have to manually swipe them down. I think that like fully automatic farms are just infinitely better than AFK farm or timer-based farms or whatever. I definitely build this again, though. Basically exactly the same. Yeah, basically exactly the same. This is just too good. With the tree farms and the fungus farm and this is too great not to do. Anyway, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get dinner, and I also have plans tonight, and so I need to eat dinner, just load up the new Minecraft server. Maybe we won't do a stream tomorrow, and we'll sort the new server tonight into tomorrow morning, because I know that we also got a bunch of new patrons talking about it tonight, and I really want to make sure that the server is up and ready for them and good to go for all those new patrons as well. So, yeah. So, yeah, maybe no stream tomorrow. We'll see. For now, I am going to call it a stream. I'm going to go get dinner. I'm going to go hang out with my... We have a date night tonight. I'm going to go hang out with girlfriend. Yeah. So I'll be back tomorrow, maybe, definitely Wednesday. You guys are absolutely lovely. Hey, before we go, I just want to give some shout-outs. Castle and James, at the beginning of the stream, they both opened the stream with, like, 50-month-plus subs. And then, Ozan, Clawley, and KK That all did Patreon subs today, which just, that's, like, if you want to support me, that's the way to do it. Patreon is the best, is the single best way. It's incredible. So thank you guys very much. And then, DFox Gaming, and, well, Urkan again, had a 5-person raid and gifted a sub, which is just wonderful. Thank you guys so much. Again, probably, maybe, see you tomorrow. I'm going to work on the server. I think that takes a little bit of priority over streaming. But, yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. I'll see you very soon. Have a good night, chat.